Hello, everybody. It's me, Roscoe, and welcome to another episode of the Kings of Anglia Track the Girls Talk podcast, sponsored by John Fowler Solicitors. Big up Mark Kennedy and Co. for their continued support. And it has been a while since we've done a podcast, and a lot's been happening. Ipswich Town's men's team are Premier League, baby. They're Premier League, so big congratulations to Kieran McKenna and Co. Obviously, the Track the Girls finished their season with a 1-0 win at Billericay Town. And today I'm joined by a special guest because we've got a special awards show. And I'm joined by Maddie Reader, who you may have heard her name, you may have seen her face about. Her Game 2 ambassador for the club. Also does a lot of work with the women's team, with the media side as well. Maddie, thanks for joining me. You're going to be helping me give out some awards. How's things?
Yeah, things are good. I'm excited to give out some of these awards. You know, the season hasn't been the best for the women's team, but it's great to celebrate the positives that we had this season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm sure Joe, Sheehan, and Co. weren't, they're disappointed with maybe where we finished in the end, but it has been a season of some highs and some moments in there, and there's still going to be some awards putting out there. So that's what we're going to do. But yeah, Mads, it was a good way to end the season, though, that game against Billericay. Not maybe the best game in the world, but it was a good 1-0 win for Town. Clean sheet. It was a weekend of celebration. The men's team, getting that promotion on the Saturday against Huddersfield. Then on Sunday, you can continue that celebration down at Felixstowe, a nice sunny day, a 1-0 win, Tash scoring another goal. And of course, Monday was the bus parade. So a whole weekend of just Town content to enjoy. But it was a good way, though, for the Track Girls to end their season with a 1-0 win.
Yeah, it was really great. It was a really great weekend. Well, obviously, it was a great weekend. But we weren't expecting that big of a crowd. We got nearly 800, which was incredible. I think we definitely kept that party atmosphere up going. Pre and post match, obviously getting the win is always important. Tash scoring another goal, clean sheet, and just afterwards it was great to see the girls do a lap of appreciation, just take all the selfies with all the fans who've been there behind their back all season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great to see the crowds, and we've said that so many times on this podcast. The amount of how much has grown, and of course, that particular game at Portman Road, which I'm sure will be on one of our moments in the awards. But yeah, to see 10,000 fans there was definitely a fantastic moment. But yeah, we've got different categories we're going to go through, ladies and gentlemen. Get involved as well. Let us know your single awards. Obviously, there's been awards been put out there already. Of course, Sophie Peskett won a plenty of awards. She won the Player of the Season vote from fans. She also won Players Player. She also won the League's Player of the Year, and she picked up that award at Wembley at the Fornal Awards, which is great to see. Kyra Robertson, of course, won the Community Award. Leah Mitchell, Young Player of the Year for the club. Tash won Golden Boot, Goal of the Season. She won the Golden Boot for the league, 25 goals, which is great to see. And then also Neela Mialo, who also won her Player of the Season, Player of the Year award for the 4th division, the tier below us, for Cambridge City, for her loan spell there. So congrats to all their official awards. But this is the Track the Girls Talk Awards, Maddie. And we're going to start with the first one. And it's probably an obvious choice, but we've still got to do it. Player of the Season award. There's maybe a few candidates because there have been some key players this season, but there's only one player probably who's going to win this award. I have a feeling I know you're going to pick.
Yeah, I think there's only really one option really, and it's Sophie Peskett. I mean, she's had an incredible season, hasn't she? 30-odd goal contributions. Her first full season back from obviously her ACL injury. She's won all those awards, and she's just a great girl as well, which I know it does also help with the football inside. If she's a great girl. She's always there with the fans, always interacting with people, and yeah, rightly deserved Player of the Year.
Yeah, unbelievable season. As you said, first season back from that ACL injury, and she's been unstoppable down that wing. And the amount of goals, we know she gets the assists, but those numbers are just incredible. And she gets my vote as well, Player of the Season, because just for that impact she's had. And obviously she got that award for the Player of the Year for the league as well. And I think that's probably, we don't watch the other teams that often. We only watch them if they come to us, but I can't see anybody else matching those numbers. So Peskett, another award. She's going to be adding to her cabinet now. She's got so many now. But she's won the Track the Girls Talk Player of the Season award. Now, Young Player of the Season. This is actually a new award for us we put on this podcast. I thought I'm just going to do what the club did and did the Young Player of the Year. And Leah Mitchell won the official one. Mads, who's your pick?
I've also given it to Leah. I mean, considering the fact she's still 18 and it's her first senior season of senior football. She's been absolutely incredible. She's played centre back, right back, centre mid, and she's just always been there. Scored her first goal against Cardiff away, and yeah, again, I did think what was the age range for young players in, considering they are all quite young, but I thought give it to Leah. Obviously, shout out to Evie as well, another young player who's done really well this season, solidified herself in the team there, and yeah, well done, Leah.
Yeah, yes, that's actually a true statement there because there's so many young players in the squad. I think obviously you got Bonnie and Tash, a little bit more experienced players in the squad, Laura as well. But yeah, I think most of them are under the age of 21. So I think that's normally the bracket they put for young player of the year. But yeah, Leah's my choice as well because of what you just said, the versatility and for her to go into that role. She made a few cameos last year in the league, but this year she's played week in, week out. And yeah, Evie as well. Even the young low knees coming on, from Spurs and Arsenal. Ruby Doe had a great season. Leonard Gunnar Williams as well. But yeah, shout out to all the young players coming through this year because once again it proves like definitely Leah and Evie both come through the academy once again. So yeah, Leah Mitchell though does win the young player of the season for the Track the Girls Talk podcast. MVP, Mads, most valuable player. Who are you picking?
I've given it to Kyra. I just think she's been incredible this season. Whenever she's been called on, she's been there. She has scored a goal. Lewis at home was just it was incredible. We were all like, oh my god, she scored, and it was a great goal, wasn't it? Let's be honest. But yeah, Kyra, she's my most valuable player. She's always there. You can definitely see there is a difference when she's playing and when she's not playing. Yeah, most valuable player, Kyra Robertson.
That's a good shout. It's a good shout. Yeah, that was a great goal. And yeah, it was a moment we all were waiting for. We always scream at her, shoot, shoot, shoot. And at times she did shoot and went into the back of the net. And my little criticism was she celebrated the wrong way.
She did, didn't she?
I know she wanted to celebrate with all the teammates at the dugout, but I was like, no. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, what a goal. And yeah, good pick. My pick, though, for MVP is Natasha Thomas. Because
good shout.
Her goals this year and just the work she does for the team, I think gets unnoticed a little bit. Maybe that's a bit of unsung heroes part award as well. But I think the goals, I think once again, we probably wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for our goals. I think, we finished fourth, but we could have finished maybe even lower if, Tash wasn't scoring the goals. 25 goals is not bad going. And obviously she hit some great landmarks this season, 200 appearances for the club. 150th goal as well, 151 now, obviously, for the Billericay game. But I just thought I'm happy which got different answers for these different ones because I thought the first two were going to have potentially the same answer. But nice to have we've got two different ones for MVP, Tash and Kyra. So there we go. Surprise package then, Mads. What do you reckon?
Giving it to Ruby Doe. Ruby Doe on loan from Arsenal. Yeah, I just think she came in and she's definitely grown. As the season's gone on, you can see she's growing in confidence. I mean, I've highlighted the game against Bees away, where she scored a brace, could have got a hat trick. Last game of the season, she almost scored that overhead kick. But yeah, there's been loads of opportunities and just score and just be part of the team. I think also got to give a shout out to Lena as well. She's been excellent as well. Obviously, they're both young and they're both still progressing. It'll be great to see where their careers go as well. But yeah, surprise package Ruby Doe.
Good shout, yeah, definitely. She has surprised me because once again, you never know what you can get from these, young loan players. Because yeah, they're playing their first senior football. I think that's always that risk sometimes for those. But I think yeah, Ruby's been fantastic. My surprise package is Maisie Barker. Because obviously she was signing from West Ham. I think she had a brief loan spell, a hashtag. But this is her first season back from some injury setbacks. And she's played 90 minutes. She's done really well, done that flank. And I just, been surprised by her, actually. I had her on the podcast the other, I think, a month or so ago. And a really good, appearance from her. But no, just this season, she's really surprised me. And her pace as well. Maybe she wants to improve on her numbers with some of her assists and stuff, and maybe some of her goals. But yeah, surprise package for me was Maisie Barker because I just didn't know what to expect. I know she's coming from a Super League academy, but I thought she impressed me, and I think there's more to come from her as well. So we shall see how she gets on. So yeah, surprise package Maisie Barker and Ruby Doe is our choice, ladies and gentlemen. Unsung hero then, Mads. What do you reckon?
I've given it to a member of staff, right? Okay, I thought we were outside the box. I've given it to Paul Walker. We love him. He's just always there. Definitely on away days. We just sit down. We just talk to Paul about everything. I remember coming back. I can't remember what away day it was. Potentially #away, and he was just telling us about when his times at Northampton, being sub-goalie at Anfield and stuff like that. And he's always there. He's just always he adds value. He's definitely an underrated. He definitely goes unnoticed, but we love you, Walks.
Yeah, he's a good lad. And he's had a great career playing himself, but he's really obviously improved our goalkeeping as well. And I think good choice. Thinking outside the box. I've not thought outside the box here, Mads. Not yet. Maybe later in the awards. But yeah, I think the unsung hero award for me is I'm giving it to Kyle Robertson. You put her as MVP. I'm pretty much just going to copy and paste what you said, because I think sometimes some of her performances do go unnoticed because the role she plays, maybe some of it's not pretty, but she gets stuck in. She's here, there, everywhere, and I think sometimes she, maybe doesn't get the credit she deserves. So. Unsung hero for me is Kyle Robertson, and then obviously another great season for her. Last year, she had an unbelievable season. I think she won the Players Player of the Season last year, and this year, she actually won the Community Award as well. I think that could have been to many different other players. I think a lot of the players get involved in the community work we do, which is another thing that makes this club great. All the players are happy to get involved in school trips, hospital visits, and all that sort of stuff. Kyle for me, unsung hero. Paul Walker as well. Good shout there, Mads. Love that. Now, we're going to go down a little bit here, and we've got biggest disappointment. This season, probably not the season we were hoping for. There's been some bumps in the road, Mads. But what was your biggest disappointment?
I've given it to the fact we didn't win against Cheltenham away. So that finished 2-2. It was quite a scrappy game, in all honesty. You weren't there, Ross, but it was quite a scrappy game. And those 2 minutes when we got 2-1 were just jubilation. And then when Cash Harding scores, I mean, her stats don't lie. Laura was not saving that. Oh, it was Poppy. Poppy Soper wasn't saving that goal. But yeah, I just think just to not get the win there was just a bit. And yeah, I think that's my biggest disappointment. Obviously, you could say not getting promoted is the biggest disappointment, but I've gone singular game.
That's fair. To be fair, I've gone for a single game. I've also done 2 here. My biggest disappointment was the amount of times my card corrupted throughout the season. So I lost a lot of great photos, especially at Portland Road. The Portland Road game, I lost so many photos, and there's been a few other games where I've lost some because, I was being stupid. I just been stupid Roscoe, ladies and gentlemen, and I just took my card out too quickly, and I basically just corrupted and deleted all the photos in one go. So that's more disappointing for me in terms of, pictures. But biggest disappointment was probably #away, because that was the first defeat of the season. But I don't know, that game, it was a hot evening, I have to admit, down at #. And I think Aveley is the ground, weren't it? Which is not a bad little setup there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just something about that game. I just felt this is going to be a long season, because obviously you don't want to lose so early on. Because if I think there's only 22 games we play in the league, and I think if you lose early doors, that's a big hurdle to go past. And obviously the defeats at Portsmouth, defeats against Portsmouth were obviously not great either. Some okay performances there, but we just can't beat them, can we, Portsmouth? But my singular big disappointment would be the # game. I just think, I know we had that late rally, we got that late goal, but it was an early defeat, and I felt that was the first bump in the road where we really need to then bounce back, and we did bounce back for a while, but we just couldn't get over the line in the end. Enough disappointment. Let's talk about then our best game, Matt. So there's been a few highlights. What's your best game, would you say?
I'm going to say probably our best moment. I'm not counting that as best game. I'm not counting that. What best moment would be the best game? I've gone for 2. I've gone for Lewis at home in the FA Cup. And it was the last game before Christmas, and just everyone. I think no one really knew what to expect, really. I mean, I know we faced Lewis last season in the FA Cup. We lost, but this time we just went full out. 3-0, Kyra's goal just sort of started everything, catapulted us to win. It was just number. And then the scenes afterwards, EK coming on and doing the fist pump. But yeah, and also I've chosen # at home as well. Obviously, season for us was pretty much dead. That game also made Pompey champions. We've got to congratulate them as well because they've been unbelievable. Wish them all the best in the championship. But I just think that game overall, and it was the game where Tash scored 150th goal as well. I think that game just rounded, it made us everyone believe, we can beat these better teams, and you know what I mean. We can beat teams like this, and that was just a really great win, and especially considering all the bumps we've had this year, winning big against hashtag, I think it was made us realise these girls can perform.
Yeah, that's some good picks there. I don't know if I can top that. I have picked Lewis as the best game because of reasons you already said. Obviously, the Kyra goal, and then beating a championship team because we proved. I know they got relegated in the end, and we'll be playing them next year in the third tier, but they were still a championship team when we faced them, and for us to at home win 3-0. It was a comfortable game, weren't it? And we stepped up and we scored the goals, and getting through to the next round of the FA Cup, it brought that FA Cup magic. Obviously, we love the FA Cup, and it added it to another little memory of the FA Cup for us. Obviously, we then played Charlton and we lost against them, but we put on a good, a gutsy performance against them. We took the lead against them as well. But my best game would be the Lewis one because of the scoreline and what it sort of meant to the team. And as you said, just before Christmas as well, it was a good way to sort of sign off the year with a good 3-0 win against the championship team. Best away day, Mads. You already mentioned the away trips. We've done that many times. We've gone to different places. Bloody Cardiff twice. Can't believe we went Cardiff twice. I think they're obviously going to play in Cardiff again next year, although I think they're changing their name, I think. But yeah,
they are.
Best away day. What do you reckon? Once again, you can use it to a different category because you can ignore the game. Maybe it's the occasion as well, and maybe the trip. But it's up to you. What you want to do?
Yeah, I've sort of gone down on more game and facility, so I've chosen quite a few. Chatham, I really like Chatham's ground, and we won 6-1. We won 6-1 there. We're going to ignore the Ruby Doe red card and just remember everything about the facilities there. Good for you to take photos as well. Kind of you liked it there. It was just obviously that away end was buzzing. I chose London Bees as well. Obviously, a bit annoying we didn't get to play at the Hive, but we had that 5G pitch with the little terrace, which was really good. The atmosphere there was good. I chose an MK away as well. Obviously, League 2 stadium, but still it's a league stadium. Again, the facilities there were incredible, and then Tasha's goal. I mean, Tasha's goal to win us that. It was just that was just an incredible goal. So I've chosen them just to think it was the facilities, the games, and everything because we do go to some interesting grounds. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I think those three
That's some good choices there. Yeah, Tasha's goal. Obviously, she won goal of the season at the club awards, which was well deserved. Of course, a late goal, and for her to even go for that, opportunity. Obviously, she came off the bench in that game as well. But yeah, great goal. I'll pick Chatham as well because of the reasons you've stated. So I'm just basically copy and pasting what Matt said again. But just the set up there. Obviously, the win, the goals were scored in that one. 6-1 win. A lovely sunny day as well. And it weren't too shabby. But yeah, I do like trips to MK because you know what you're going to get. A great setup, good enough pitch. The dressing room. I think that's the thing that I'm sure the girls love to have a massive dressing room, and I'm sure they enjoyed that. Although Lily got abandoned that game because it absolutely pissed.
Oh, it did, yeah.
And I was like, we could be coming here again soon, but luckily the game was able to carry on and we went on to win the game. But I remember that it just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Obviously it rained like crazy yesterday. Like the last few days, been absolutely pissing it down. It's been flooding everywhere, but that day, dearie me, it was raining cats and dogs. But I also want to give a shout out to Northampton, the Northampton away game.
That's a shout. That was a good ground, wasn't it?
I remember Joe saying to me, obviously Joe Sheehan, Ipswich Town Women's manager, he remember saying, this is a really good setup. Like, if we had something like this, in Suffolk somewhere, this would be perfect. So I think just how it was sort of set up and everything. Maybe the warm-up bit wasn't great. When I was seeing, the players warm up on that, and I think even when Paul was setting up the goalies, it looked very weird.
Yeah.
But just there's a little setup. It wasn't too shabby. I'm trying to think which ground that was now. I think it's Northampton team or some sort, not Northampton Town, obviously, but a Northampton sort of set team. But yeah, obviously that was a good FA Cup win. But I just wanted to give them a little bit of a shout out, really. But yeah, that's it's been a few decent away days. Obviously, Plymouth is a long way. That's a long trip. Obviously, they did double header. Obviously, this year we're going to have Plymouth and Exeter. Exeter have been promoted, so 2 trips to Devon for us. But yeah, away games right there. Now, best goal, Mads. There's been a few contenders. As I said, Tash won the official club one. But are you going to choose that one, or have you got a different one in mind?
I'm giving it to Kyra for her Lewis goal. I think the fact it was her first goal for the club, the way the goal itself, and then the celebrations after. I know photo wise wasn't the best for you, but it was just an incredible goal. I think when she scored, Kieran just looked at me and he was like, "Get in there." He was like, "Get in." And I'm like, "Yep, she's done it. She's finally done it. We can all stop telling her to shoot. That's it. She doesn't have to score anymore. She scored 1 goal at least."
Yeah, it was a great moment, and yeah, great celebrations. And yeah, there's loads of contenders out there. It depends on how you like a goal. If you want like a team goal, we've scored some good team goals this season. Like you think the Portland Road goals, we scored 5 goals at Portland Road, and there were some good goals in that. I think the first goal that Tash scored was fantastic because that was the first ever league goal scored, and it was sort of the perfect player to score it. But I've gone actually for Leonard Gunning-Williams' goal at Chatham, because I thought that was an absolute screamer. Nia Evans also scored a sort of a similar goal in that game as well. She scored a screamer as well. But I think just the build up and just Leonard just welling in it. It was a fantastic goal. But yeah, there's been some top goals this year, and I think obviously now we've got some better footage, and we can put a nice compilation together. We really want to, and there's some unbelievable team goals in there. So yeah, I think that's my choice as well. And I'm sure there's other contenders. I'm sure there's some people screaming at us right now. What about that goal? What about this goal? But yeah, I think there's some good contenders out there. Now, sort of to end the normal awards you would put out for is best moment of the season, Mads. What do you reckon? I think we know everyone's choice, but I don't know, you could go a bit different, but we'll see.
Portman Road. I mean, it was just an incredible day, wasn't it? All round. I mean, when that attendance read at half time, 10,000. When Ashton read the attendance being 10,000 at half time, I think I was with Kieran and Connor from the BBC, and we just looked at each other and was just like, "Wow!" Like we couldn't believe it. Obviously, the game itself was incredible. The goals we scored again, incredible. It was just a great day, and it just summed up everyone's love for the women's team, which was great to see, and also that point break sort of helped us, gain some more attention at the AGL after that as well. But yeah, it was a great game. A bit unfortunate for us to relegate Chatham in front of 10,000 people though. That's the only downside of it to me, because we love Chatham.
Yeah, well, it's a shame. Yeah, we won't be going there next year. I completely forgot about that, and yeah, we won't be going to Chatham, so that's a shame. But yeah, that's my best moment of the season as well, because for what you said, it was a moment we've been waiting for a long time. We've played at Portland Road before in like county cup matches, but we're waiting for that league game, and obviously now with the setup we've got and the support we have, we just felt this is the perfect time to have a game, because obviously it was International Women's Day weekend, Women's Football weekend, which is great, timing. Obviously, the men team didn't have a game. That was international break, so it was a good opportunity for fans who, weren't able to see any football. They can come on. It was non-league day, so it was a bit of one of those. But, to see that crowd was just unbelievable, and 10,000 people. We had that target in mind, didn't we, Mads? I think everyone at the club had that target in mind. And for us to see that hit, we were looking around, weren't we? Looking around the ground, thinking, okay, building up now. This could happen. Okay, this could be 8, and oh no, it's 10. But yeah, great moment. Obviously, Joe sort of named them the Trailblazers because they are, because of I'm sure so many people they inspired. Young girls, boys, just the whole town fan base. There's a few I'm sure went to their first ever town women's game and just wow, bloody hell, is this how they play? This is what sort of football they play, and I'm sure, as you said, hopefully that has brought more people down to AGL Arena in the last few weeks. Obviously, we had a great crowd, as you mentioned earlier in the podcast, a Billericay game, over 800 people for that final game. Obviously, next year we're hoping to see the numbers continue to grow. But yeah, what a moment, because the game itself and the occasion, it was a landmark day, and hopefully many more Portland Road games to come. But I think that's a worthy best moment of the season. There's been a few other moments, obviously, but that sort of tops the rest. So there we go. They're the official awards in terms of, your normal ones you put out, but I've done your personal award, Mad. This is 2 awards that we, something a bit random. We did this on the main flagship Kings of Anglia podcast, and there was different. I think AJ Alex Jones, my colleague, he did best mascot. I don't think there was many mascots, although there was a mascot actually at the Northampton game, which was random.
There was, wasn't there? Yeah, there was.
What was the mascot?
A dragon, wasn't it?
It was a dragon, yeah. I think it was a dragon. Yeah, obviously we've had. I think we had Bluey and Crazy. Obviously, I think they were at Portland Road, but I don't know if they've been at AJ Arena this year. But yeah, it won't be best mascot award. But yeah, Mads, what's your sort of personal award? You can be traditional or you can just be random. I don't mind.
I'm doing best celebration. I think there's only one thing for this. It's the Bungie trio of Marie Boswell, Sophie Pescott, and Kaya Robertson celebrating at Portland Road. Yeah. You know, the one where Tash has taken a photo of them. That one. I just think it's a great photo. It's all become them three are just a Bungie trio, and they live in a bungalow, and just that's become sort of a run joke in the squad. But yeah, I think that was just a nice moment as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's some great celebrations at Portland Road. I think once again we said that to all the players. You're at Portland Road in front of a massive crowd. You've got to celebrate. I think sometimes some players they just want to get on with it. They just, if they score, they want to run back and whatever. But some players do celebrate, like Megan Waring. I think that's probably up there at Cardiff away.
Yeah,
first ever goal. She's been waiting for so long, and she, it was a late goal as well, a late winner, and for her it was unbelievable celebration. I got it on camera as well, so I was very happy. She was kissing the badge. It was just unbelievable scenes. But yeah, it's been some good celebrations this year. And hopefully we're going to hopefully see some more next year. But yeah, good awards. My actual award is actually to do with pictures. I did this on the main pod, but sort of picking out my best pictures of the season. And there's actually 2 celebration picks. I've actually picked 3 in total, and there's probably other contenders out there. So for the listeners, I'm going to try to explain them as much as I can. But if you're watching on video, obviously you'll see them on the screen. We're going to start off with the first one, and it is actually the celebration at Lewis. And I think this is the second goal. I think we've used this picture a lot. I think just the motion. I think this is Lena's goal. And as you can see on this, you may have, if you are a regular listener, you probably have seen this picture about, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, everyone just sort of celebrating with Lena. You got Boz and Summer in mid-flight. I think you even got Evie Williams in sort of mid-flight as well. And I just love this picture because it just shows the sure, celebration of just the girls enjoying the second goal. And I think I like just how the sun sort of reflects on them as well. So that is pick number 1. Pick number 2 is the FA Cup game against Charlton. And I just picked this picture because it is just Pesk sort of fighting with 3 other Charlton players. I know Pesk said, I don't like the facials on this, but it's just like her focus because she's on the ball and she's surrounded by Charlton Athletic players. And I just like that picture because it just showed how much that's the amount of time she's had that where she's been sort of trying to be tackled and she's got through. And I think she actually did get through this. But yeah, I thought that was a great little picture. And the third one, and as you mentioned it earlier, the hashtag game when Tash scored 150th goal. I think this one, just Tash celebrating the 150th goal. My little bugbear would be the hashtag, player's arm in the way here in the body. I can't help that. Maybe I could find a way to Photoshop that player out of the way. But you can still see Tash's emotion there, sort of celebrating. And I think she's looking right at my lens as well, which I just love about that picture. But yeah, I thought that I've got, obviously, as a photographer, I've got to do an award with, sort of favourite pictures. And there's a few out there, obviously, I can pick from. There's loads of action shots. There's loads of celebrations. But those are my 3 Mads. Any sort of ones you can think of in terms of picture-wise you've seen and went, I like that. There's some great, obviously, Portland Road game pictures because I'm lucky there was loads of photographers there to capture that moment. But any of that stick in your mind?
I think the one Tash gets hashtag when we used it for the goal graphic for full time. I mean, it was that the emotion you could see in her. She was just like, I've done it. And after the game, she was like to me, I really like that photo on Instagram. I'm like, you can thank Ross for that one, not me. Yeah, it was that I think we were all just being like, when Tash can score 150 goal, and now she's on 151. You can just be like, she does good, that girl. But yeah, I think that photo is definitely a good one. But yeah, all good photos from you. All up the snappy snaps. We love
Oh, the
them.
snappy snaps, indeed. Yeah, it's been a good season to get the snappy snaps. Obviously, as you said earlier, maybe not the position we were hoping they were going to finish this season for the Tractor Girls, but season of progression is still, off the pitch, especially with the fans growing, and we see that Mads at the end of every game. You come on and you have to pick a player because obviously they've been picked for the player of this game, and you can just see obviously the fans wanting them autographs. And I know the Billy Ricky game, the final game of the season, I know it was a massive queue, wasn't there? It was a massive queue, and I think they were, all the fans were asking for different things, but once again, we've said this so many times on the podcast, but I like to bring it up. It's just great to see that grow and grow because obviously the players, they appreciate that support and they're happy to sign stuff and take pictures because that's something they know they have to do.
Yeah, I mean, we say it. Billy Ricky was just incredible. I mean, I had to get on the pitch to make sure I think it was O'Brien and I can't remember who else. Definitely, Lucy O'Brien had to get an award. I was basically like, can you just quickly take a photo and then do all the selfies you want? It's just the thing you got to do. And she's like, okay, fair enough. And she did it. And then afterwards, me and Kieran was basically sort of get our way through to get through to get ready to do post match media. We just be like, sorry, can we just squeeze past? You can get your selfie later and stuff like that. But yeah. And I think that definitely the fans you see like every week, even away games, the supports group, they do bring some fans. So they're definitely the close ones, like, we've mentioned it, Chatham, Bees, #Biller, all the closer ones. They bring their numbers, which is always great to see.
Yeah, big shout out to the supporters group. Obviously, it was formed last season and it's continued to grow. And if you want to get involved, then they're all on the socials. And you want to go to more away games. I'm seeing, the familiar faces, but there's some new faces which I'm liking to see as well. So yeah, big shout out to all of you and supporters. But yeah, Mads, that's all our awards. Do you want to give us? I think we should give some shout outs to different people. Anybody want to sort of mention? Obviously, you've got to mention your dad, Neil the Diamond Reader.
Yeah.
If you didn't know this, he's actually the DJ. The DJ, you obviously Kieran's put all the music together, but Neil was there, making sure that it's coming on, and you get on the phone on the radio and say, they're coming out. Make sure they play the right tunes at the right time. But Neil the Diamonds, big shout out to you. I'm sure he'll be listening. But yeah, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I think just the media team. Kieran and Regan. Shout out to you two. They do a lot for us, and they help me and you out. And obviously, Kieran, he does everything. Let's be honest. Shout out to Rachel as well. General manager's come in. She's been great. All staff just for general fun times on away days. But yeah, just everyone really within the football club.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's been I said it's not been the season we were hoping for, but there's been some still memorable moments. I'm sure memories that'll last forever. Now I feel like the team, the togetherness this year has been better than ever. Obviously, we'll find out. We're going to retain lists and all that sort of stuff. We'll do some more future podcasts on that. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be some new faces and stuff like that, and maybe some goodbyes, but we shall wait and see. But yeah, just been one of those seasons once again. A season, in the record books. Yeah, Mads. Any other business? Anything else from you as we end another Tractor Girls Talk podcast?
No, just thanks everyone for their support this season. We go again next season. To quote Paul Cook, we go again. Yeah, just thanks everyone for their support and supporting the girls. It means lots to them and us.
Indeed. Love that. Yeah, we shall see. As ever, thanks everyone for listening. Obviously, if you haven't already, follow us on all our socials, Kings of Anglia. Follow Mads as well if you want to know more about her game too, the ambassador for the club. Check that out. And also John Fowler Solicitors, big up them for sponsoring the podcast all year long. We're hoping to do one more podcast to end the season. I'll let you know when that's out. You'll see it. It will just drop into your feed whenever it does. Hope you've enjoyed the podcast throughout the season. Obviously, disappointment of the season, actually, I meant to mention that earlier, was Blue obviously leaving the football club and also leaving the podcast. That is probably our biggest disappointment. I put that part of that award. But obviously, Blue, I'm sure, is loving life at the moment. And, we do miss you, Blue, if you are listening. But yeah, that was our biggest disappointment of the season, maybe. But yeah, it's been another good year doing this podcast. As I said, one more podcast left to do before we go off to our summer holidays and all that. I know some of the players are already on their holidays. But yeah, we shall see what the future holds. And Mads, thanks for joining me. Thanks everyone for listening, and bye for now.